everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Maria, aka Berry Budgets, and I'm a 33-year-old recently married woman living in the New York, New Jersey area, and my husband and I are trying our best to pay off mounds and mounds of student loan debt while simultaneously saving for our first house in this very high cost of living area. So if that sounds similar to your story, or perhaps something that you would like to know more about, feel free to hit that subscribe button or maybe leave a comment down below. Let's try to keep each other accountable. Today, we're going to be looking at my budget for the 19th of November, which was yesterday. So I'm just going to jot that number down here so I don't forget. Before, my husband and I were getting paid on the same week, but now it is a little different. It tends to change because he gets paid on specific days of the month. So I think the 15th and the 30th, and I get paid every other week. And so my paychecks are the ones that kind of shift everything off of balance. But that's okay. This budgeting system has really helped us with making sure that we have enough money and we're not running out, because we were kind of spending things all willy-nilly before. But yeah, so $2,979.22 is how much is in my paycheck. And first, we're going to take a look at the bills. The first bill was a mistake on my part. So I had to charge it to the credit card, and that's why it's in the bills now. There were some additional costs that came with moving that I didn't really foresee. Really, it was more along the lines of like buying things once we got to this apartment that I didn't really consider. For example, when we got here, we had no toilet paper, and I needed to go out and get toilet paper, and just things like that. And it ended up, adding up and up and up and up for like, silly little things here and there that I just did not consider that we would even need. But anyway, all of that is to say, we now have a bill for $326.53 that has been charged to my credit card that luckily I'm able to pay off using this paycheck. Now I know for next time more along the lines of how much I really need to save for a move to account for those things. So hopefully soon we will be moving again, which has been kind of a bit of a, it's like a double-edged sword, I really want us to have a house. I'm just dreading the idea of moving again. I don't know about any of you, but moving stresses me out like you would not believe. And I love organizing things and, going into a new spot and finding places for everything and all of that. But my goodness, the actual packing stresses me out like crazy. 326. The other two bills are Netflix, which is $24.51, and then the 1 month ahead is us trying to get 1 month ahead on our rent for this place. So we take $700 out of every paycheck. Very expensive rent, but luckily we don't have to pay for any water, electricity, any of the utilities, no trash, nothing like that. The only thing we have to pay is propane, which the only thing that it's used for here is for the oven. And I think also the heat, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it's also the heat, but I'm more of a throw bunches of layers on type of person as opposed to turning the heat on type of person. So hopefully that won't be too bad. Okay. Now, 326.53 plus 24.51 plus the 700. And we already have 1,104 minus 2979.22 is $1,928.18. We already have all of the money saved for December, so this is going to be, I think this is the second chunk, or the second quarter of the amount of money we would need for the month of January. So we're already pretty far ahead, which is really nice. Okay, so now the envelopes. Another thing I've noticed is that because we've been living with my mother for a while, I think I forgot how much groceries we actually needed. I have almost no spices. I don't know what happened to all of them. I must have just used them all up. So groceries is going to get 200, especially because Thanksgiving is next week, giving myself an extra buffer for any of the things that I may need to pick up for that. $20 for our doggy Kuma. And then dine out is going to be $100. Household, I'm going to give household $60 because there's still things that we need to buy for this place. Miscellaneous is for anything that might not fall into any of the other categories, or perhaps, you know, I might need an extra $20 here or there to get something. Maybe it's, you know, tampons or something like that, you know. And then gas is $20. And then we have coffee and phone. I'm thinking of moving phone out, no longer using it as a cash envelope, because before, when we were living with my mother, I was just taking like $10 every paycheck to pay because we're on a family plan. But now that I'm not near her so much anymore, it just seems smarter to Zelle the money to her, you know, whatever. Oh, my landlord seems to have a very good knack for opening the garage beneath this place to throw things in and out when I'm recording, so hold please. Very strange. He's not actually down there, so I don't know why the garage either opened or closed. I don't know how I feel about that, but we're gonna just ignore it and keep going. 200 plus 20 plus 100 plus 60 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 10 is 450. Okay. So 450. I gotta subtract from that this number, 1928. 18, right? 1928, 18, yep. Oop, what did I do wrong here? Okay, well, 1928, 18 minus 450. How about that? There we go. Is 1,478, 18. Cool beans. Okay, next, sinking funds. So, sinking funds, like I mentioned before, propane is a new sinking fund. And she gave us an estimate for how much it would cost every like 2 or 3 months over the winter. So we've been saving $65 a paycheck for that. We just recently sold my very first car that I got when I was 17 or 18, back in 2009. It was the year I graduated high school. I got the car and we just sold it. And it was a really bittersweet moment. I'm not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit saying goodbye to that car. She ran really well still, but we didn't really have a need for 2 cars. But that being said, now is as good a time as any to start a sinking fund for a new car, and we're just gonna slowly add money into it because cars are very expensive. So $40 into the car for whenever that happens. So my husband has requested that we give ourselves a little bit more money in allowance because the holidays are coming up, and so, you know, I guess my plan with my allowance is to buy him his gift, and I think when I told him that, he got a similar idea. So we each are getting 100 for our allowance for this week. Amazon is going to get 40. Beauty, 25. I don't think I'm going to need to pick up anything for beauty. Same with birthday. I think I do have 2 December. No, I have my husband's mother's birthdays in December. And then I have my cousin's 2 babies were both born in December. So I'll probably do like flowers for mom. And then since they're still youngish kids, I'll get them gifts. I think I got one of them a gamer chair last year for his birthday. Car maintenance, we have to start replenishing that, $40. Clothing, I want to make sure we have a good buffer for clothing because clothing's very expensive. And my husband is very much the type of guy who, even if it still has holes in it, he will wear that thing to the ground. So, sorry, Hubs, if you're watching this. I'm throwing you under the bus here. Date night, $20. He's so gonna watch this and he is so gonna comment on that. Home 100. We recently bought some things for the house. We had that home budget up really high. Like, I think it was like $1,200 we had in it. And so we went kind of crazy. We got ourselves this really cute Smeg toaster because we, for some reason, threw out our old toaster. I don't know why. And a couple of other things. And so we're trying to replenish that so we can get some nice bedside nightstands. I think that's how you call them. So those I think are going to cost us like $500 for 2 of them. The ones that we have our eyes on anyway. Language. I like to study languages as a hobby. Specifically, Japanese is a language that I've been studying for a couple years, and I'd probably say I'm conversational. I'm intermediate, but I still like to take lessons and talk, because talking is the best way to learn, I think. Tolls gets $20. And then this phone that I'm recording this video on has been very, very naughty and very temperamental. So I need to get a new phone. So I'm going to start saving for that now. And that's what this is about. And then vacation is $150. Because we're going to start saving for our vacations next year. I think my husband wants us to go back to Japan, like we did for our honeymoon last year. So I have to kind of figure all of that out. I think it would be Japan for 2 weeks and then somewhere else for another week. Maybe local. I don't know. We still have to talk about it. Okay, let's add all of this up. So 65 plus 40 plus 200 plus 40 plus 50 plus 80 plus 100 plus 120 plus 140 plus 150 leaves us with, did I do that right? I feel like I didn't do that right. Let me see. That doesn't seem right to me. 65 and 40 plus 200 plus 40. Maybe I skipped one. Plus 50 plus 80 plus 100 plus 120 plus 140 plus 150. No, that's correct. Okay, well, I know why that seems wrong. I forgot to add LASIK. I was just looking at the list. So LASIK is $20. And that means that now it's 1,005. Yeah, 1,005. Okay, now we're going to subtract this number. 1478.18 is $473.18. I want to prioritize this loan, so I'm going to put another $400 towards my husband's student loan debt, which means we have that $73.18 left. And then my plan for that is to start adding more to my savings challenges. So I'm going to add that $73. The 18 cents I'm going to just leave in my account to kind of help build up the buffer because I dipped into that buffer a little bit accidentally with the charges for taking out cash. Anyways, $73. So the remaining is going to be 18 cents. I'm just going to jot down that that's a buffer for my account. And let me just make sure I know how much cash to pull. So I want the 450 plus the 73, right? Yep. So that's $523. Okay, now I know nothing's gonna happen with that. That's how much I need to go get now. And yeah, cool. All right, so that is the week of the 19th's budget. This is my paycheck. So hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next video where I'm going to be doing some cash stuffing and probably some savings challenges as well. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.